Oh, hello, my young scholars. We got a quick one today. We have the long run production cost. Okay, long run, the firm can change all input amounts, including the plant size. All costs are variable in the long run, and by now you should know that if the total cost curve is coming out of the origin, we're in the long run. If it's coming out of some price, that means we are in the short run. So we could look at that in the graph in class. Okay, we have a long run average total cost. It's made up of a bunch of short run average total cost curves. So you look at this, then we pick the average, we pick the one that gives us the production that we want. I wouldn't get crazy about this. This is really what you want to know. Have it looking like that, long run ATC. We have economies of scale, where we have labor specialization, managerial specialization, and we have efficient capital. Other factors can play into economies of scale. So economies of scale says that as we produce more output, the cost per unit begins to fall. Okay, and then we have a constant returns to scale, where the cost stays the same no matter what happens with the output. This economies of scale, because of control and coordination problems, communication problems, worker alienation, shirking, which is just shirking your responsibilities, right? So what happens with this economies of scale, your cost per unit starts to go up just because you've become too big, you can't control things, there's communication, there's all these issues that will lead to diseconomies of scale. Okay, this is what it looks like, all right? And that's probably the most important part of long run, is that you understand the economies of scale until we get to quantity one. From quantity one to quantity two, we're able to keep our costs constant. And then after quantity two, again, we've become too big and we just have increasing costs. Don't cry over sunk costs that have already been incurred and thus are irrecoverable. The rule is do not engage in any activity where marginal benefit is less than marginal cost. Right? We always want to produce where marginal benefit is greater than or equal to marginal cost. And we're going to ignore, so the rule is to ignore the cost. So when you think about what it cost Elon Musk to put in to start building cars, whether he built the cars or not, that cost was going to be lost. Okay, so again, not a terribly important issue. The big parts here that you want to remember from the cost stuff is the averages, and that long run, there is, in the long run, right, everything's variable, so firms can enter or exit the industry because there's nothing holding them back. In the short run, firms have to stay in when they're losing money because they have fixed costs. All right. So this was a quite a wee video. So I'll call it a day.